1,68,000 मौतें होती हैं।
Across these highways, millions of trucks move ahead, taking the country's economy forward.
Every single day, trucks loaded with Maggi noodles and so many more brands from Nestlé travel thousands of kilometers. It's not the trucks nor the technology that makes this possible. It is the drivers, the co-drivers, the helpers. They are the real heroes.
We call them drivers sometimes, we call them chalaks. In our supply chain domain, actually we believe they are the logistics sutradhars.
They don't just lug the cargo, they lug a responsibility or sustainability.
This is ETH Insights, presenting SAARTHI, a special feature on road safety, in collaboration with Nestlé India. Last time, we asked a difficult question. With millions of trucks on India's roads and thousands of lives lost every year, who is truly responsible? And we found one company that decided the answer wasn't someone else's problem. This is the story of what happened next.
We are at the Nestlé facility, and let us trace the journey of this wonderful story crafted by this organization on empowerment of truck drivers. So let's enter the facility and look at how this story has unfolded.
Safety every second is embedded in the DNA of our supply chain operations for all our brands.
Knowing there is a problem is one thing. Building a system to fix it is another. Nestlé India did not just acknowledge the risks their truck drivers face. They built an entire ecosystem around protecting them.
For us at Nestlé, road safety is a promise. A promise to every driver and to every family waiting for them to come back home. It is about making sure that every journey ends with a smile, not just for our people, but for everyone they pass along the way.
How did you embed this culture of safety? Obviously, it's a core function, like you said, but embedding this as a culture within your employees, how did you manage to do that?
See, we believe in three principles here. One is safety by design, right? Second is safety by choice. And third is about the caring leadership. Now, when you say safety by design, it's how we design our supply chain, how we design our warehouses, what is the specification of vehicles we want, and again, so on and so forth. It goes on there. Then we talk about safety by choice. Now, therein, we take some fundamental decisions. For example, creating driver management centers in our DCs, in our factories. And then we talk about caring leadership, which is where it has to start from me. So all our meetings today start with a safety pledge. Right. And we say safety starts with me. Then we also have defensive driving training programs. We also then supplement it with some of the health check programs, which are not only the basic health check, but also primarily the eye testing. Right. So there's a framework around it, right, and that framework helps us to stitch it. But I have to say, it's a journey. It has taken a few years to be here. But yes, it will take a few more years, but the culture is moving in the right direction.
For us, safety is very, very important, and it starts with the driver's safety. So how we are making sure that people who are associated with us in transporting our goods, they should be trained on the defensive driver training. So this is a technological advancement which we have done. So we called it self-learning kiosk. So what we have seen in the past, whenever you are having a classroom training, you don't pay attention. So it's very personalized training,
Right.
and it's an immersive training. So it talks about what all precautions you need to take when you are coming to distribution center or when you are going from distribution center. And the beauty about this product is that at the end of your training, there is a quiz and it is mandatory to pass that quiz. That doesn't mean that, it's a one-on-one training. You are not getting any clue. So you have to pay full attention. And once you have completed this, then you have been given an e-badge certificate. Now that e-badge certificate is valid for next 6 months. Again, the proactive action what we are taking is that once it is nearing the expiry, we get an alert, transporter also get an alert, which means driver again has to undergo training, which means it's a recurring process. Because today if we have implemented any standard and if we feel something needs to be added, so it's a live document.
So even though Varun Gupta is part of this management, as a compliance, he also needs to fill this as a rule. Varun, now you talked about the training program. Obviously, there's a lot of thought processes being put into the training and it's been implemented. But as a leader, how do you ensure that this training doesn't just stick in the classroom, but it's implemented in a way that creates the real difference?
It's a very valid point, right? So, because what we are talking about is transforming a mindset, we're talking about creating a culture, right? And zero harm culture, look, very simple 3 words, but there's a lot of work which has to go behind it.
Right, right.
We believe that the right metrics are the key. And because, if you have metrics, you track them. If you track them, execution happens.
Right.
If you're executing them, it will become a habit. If it becomes a habit, it ultimately turns into a routine and becomes a mindset over a period of time.
Right.
And again, that has been the journey for us. So, for example, when a vehicle arrives at our DC, it's a mandate that the vehicle will not be attended to till the time the keys have been taken from the driver and the driver has been attended towards the driver's ride. Now, it took us a lot of time to train our own people as well, let me put it this way. And now, but the drivers now come to our DCs and know this is standard practice. We have also gone from some kind of technology measures. We're looking at, okay, how many trucks have arrived at the DC or the factory? How many of them are loaded? How many of them actually are waiting to be loaded? What's the truck turnaround time when it comes to our DC?
Right.
Now, these matrices, when the moment we start putting down, they're not only giving us supply chain efficiency,
Right.
but for us, they're also indicators of, leading indicators of, okay, how we are creating the safety culture as well.
Right, right.
We have changed a lot over the years. Quick commerce, digital fleet management, AI-enabled dash cams, they sound fancy, right? But all this technology is only as good as the care we put into it. This is why we train our drivers, we hold health camps, and keep raising the bar on safety. And yes, we empower the truck drivers also with financial literacy. We want every driver to feel like a superstar, because to us at Nestlé, they truly are.
हमारी गाड़ी में टेक्नोलॉजी लगी हुई है, वो हमें एक्टिव करते हैं कि आप स्वस्थ हो रहे हैं या तो फिर आप नींद में हैं, चल रहे हैं। ऐसा कुछ कोई भी अनुभव नहीं होता हमारे साथ, जैसे हम मोबाइल वगैरह यूज नहीं कर सकते हैं।
अच्छा,
हाँ।
तो आपको कॉल करते हैं, कैसे पता चलता है?
नहीं, कॉल नहीं करते हैं। हमारे गाड़ी में एक्चुअली मशीन लगे हुए हैं, कैमरे लगे हुए हैं।
हेल्थ तो सर सबसे पहले ही है।
हाँ।
हम अपना देख के खाना पीना रहना कैसे भी है, जो हमें नेस्ले प्रोवाइड करवा रहा है।
हाँ।
जैसे हम गाड़ी लाते हैं, अंदर आते हैं, तो हमारे को सबसे पहले सेफ्टी के लिए बोला जाता है कि सेफ्टी को ध्यान में रखते हुए ड्राइविंग करें, कंपनी के अंदर आएँ, प्रॉपर तरीके से रेस्ट करें, प्रॉपर तरीके से गाड़ी पे ध्यान रखें, चलाएं। गाड़ी को पूरा सुबह चलाने से पहले चेक करके तभी गाड़ी को आगे बढ़ाएं।
वॉइस कहती है आप ड्राइविंग गलत कर रहे हैं, ऐसा में क्या करती हो।
अच्छा,
हाँ, आपको शरीर जैसे अंगड़ाई वगैरह लेते हैं तो उन्होंने हमें सचेत करते हैं।
कभी कभी हमें थकान महसूस होती है तो हमारे गाड़ियों में कैमरे का यूज किया गया है, फ्रंट साइड में भी और बैक साइड में भी सर।
ओके।
फ्रंट साइड तो ये है कि हमारे जब कोई थकान महसूस होती है तो हमें कैमरा बोल के बताता है कि भाई आपको नींद आ रही है या आप गाड़ी गलत लाइन में चला रहे हो, मतलब कुछ भी ऐसी एक्टिविटी दिखती है तो हमें वो सचेत करता है कैमरा कि आप गाड़ी साइड में लगाएं और थोड़ी देर बहुत देर आराम करें, मुंह धोए।
बहुत बढ़िया है, ड्राइवर के लिए रेस्ट रूम दे रखे हैं, पानी का सुविधा भी है।
One thing which really touched me is that I went to one of our distribution center, and that was in Ranchi, and I saw that driver taking a deep rest.
Right.
Deep rest, and then other driver woke up and he smiled at me, and he said that for you it's funny, but for us it's like paradise. I said, why you say that it's paradise? He said that please understand that we have traveled a distance of 2000 plus kilometers. And in this 2000 plus kilometers, 7 nights I have spent at the dhaba, in the truck, or somewhere else. Now, coming to this restroom where I have been given, water, where I have been given my sleep. So it is something which I was deprived of, and it really touched me. So as a standard, what we have done is that whenever we are having any new distribution center or any factory, they should have this kind of facility so that we can manage the fatigue of the driver. And today, if you look at all the accidents which are happening on the road, 90% it contributes only for the fatigue. This is a small step, but yes, we are very serious about it. And my request is that we are doing a lot of industry advocacy, that everyone has to come forward. Then only then we can create this healthy ecosystem where drivers are given that due.
Nestlé, care goes beyond what we make. It is in how we move, how we protect, and how we build for tomorrow.
This is about their families, about the community, and everyone who believes in a safer tomorrow. At Nestlé, we make safety a culture, a habit, a way of life. So the next time you see a Nestlé truck on the road, maybe on the Delhi-Agra Expressway or a winding road in the Western Ghats, remember, behind the wheel is someone's hero, someone's breadwinner, someone's hope. And that, in the end, is the real story of India on the move.
He's not just driving goods, he is driving impact. Road safety becomes sustainability in action.
Your views on this initiative, and how do you think sustainability plays a role in this?
I have to admit, this is something that I've recently taken over the sustainability side. In one of the most interesting part of it is the role that a truck driver plays in this value chain. It's something that even I was oblivious to. As the saying goes, if you bought it, the truck driver got it.
Right.
Really, we don't realize as consumers that every little thing that we pick on the shelf, some truck driver somewhere in the world has, sort of logged those miles to get the ingredients, raw material to the factory to the DC to the distributors, and so on and so forth. So it's really the truck driver who holds the entire, from raw material to the product in the consumer's hand. You cannot be oblivious to that. You cannot be blind to that. There's a beautiful saying that they don't just lug the cargo, they lug a responsibility or sustainability, because, we're talking about energy that they use, we're talking about the routes that they take, and potentially that obviously comes at a cost of carbon footprint. So every little mile that they save, every little route that they optimize on, it all adds up. The energy source in their vehicle, if it is of better sources of energy, EV or LPG or CNG, whatever it is, all these things can really sort of add up. So the truck drivers, the role they play, other than just having the best view of office that they have, they really shoulder the burden of sustainability more than perhaps many others in the organization.
Right. You mentioned just before the interaction that sustainability is a journey.
Yeah.
So how do you envision the journey of sustainability in Nestlé in the next 5 years, and how has it been so far?
Yeah, I'm very proud to say that sustainability, much before it started acquiring a sense of a legalistic responsibility, it was well entrenched in our organization as part of our DNA. this whole consciousness, not just of the product and the consumer, obviously that's paramount, but also of the impact that it has on communities, it has on society, it has on the planet. This was deeply entrenched. I think it's something to do with our Swiss heritage, where this consciousness is deeply embedded, and it sort of comes alive. It came alive much before sustainability became a fashionable word. For us, we do not treat it as a fashionable word. It's not a fad. It is certainly not just a destination. It's a long journey. It's a beautiful journey that we enjoy. We take great pride in being a very sustainable organization. We do realize that if we don't really valorize this green thinking or sort of better thinking, there's this saying that sustainability is not just about doing less harm. It's actually about doing more good. So, which is coming back to the truck driver piece of the whole sustainability initiatives. We take great pride in what all facilities we bring to the truck drivers, what in terms of that little cabin of theirs, how we ensure they get proper rest. It's just about being very conscious beyond just the P&L. Because we somehow also believe all of this it's like a virtuous cycle. It is very indirectly linked to the P&L in the long term, but it's just about this basic goodness, and it's part and parcel of our basic goodness.
Right. As I said, I'm proud to be an Indian.
Right.
I'm equally proud to be Nestlé as well, because this is the Nestlé's philosophy.
Right.
Talking about safety every second or engaging every heart and mind. This is a journey. And herein, we will be looking forward to some of the NGOs. In fact, we're already working with a couple of them.
Right.
Like-minded organization, like-minded partners, to see how we can join hands together
Right.
to create a safer environment or safer ecosystem on the Indian roads.
On the same roads, Nestlé is empowering drivers with training, awareness, and most importantly, care.
Nestlé is committed to making every journey safer for every driver, because safer roads are not just a policy, they are a responsibility to the people who keep India moving.
Safety starts with whom? Safety starts with me.